You sit where you want.
Yeah.
It's more an heirloom. Keep it, you know? Okay.
I want to share with you some of the experiences and images and ideas that I have really gleaned over 30 years. While we will see presidents of both parties, and we will see a little bit of the shadow side, this is really not about what's wrong with America. It's really what's right about America.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
My name is Sohm. Well, we got that. So I went to the University of Idaho. As you'll probably learn about me, I'm kind of more of a macro guy. I'm easily distracted, and I don't really look at details. You can ask my wife, Leslie, that. She will guarantee that's the truth. And so anyway, he had the name tag right. And well, here's what it was supposed to look like. And the guy did have the letters right, but I believe he might have been dyslexic. I think that's okay to say. And this is how it turned out. Now you can't make this up. I'm certainly not making this up. So what's worse, I took the tag, stuck it on my jacket. Of course, I didn't look at it. And all of a sudden, I thought, something's curious about this place. People are sticking their hands out going, "Hey, Joe Schmo, what do you say?" So when you think about the United States and America and what we may have given the world, when you think about, say, Steve Jobs, and his favorite word was a disruption. Well, America, in a lot of ways, was the ultimate political disruption in the history of the second millennium. It's basically when we shifted from aristocracy and monarchy and moved towards the focus on the common man and the rising of the common man. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't get much more common than Joe Schmo. Thus, if we understand the story of Schmo, we may better understand the story not only of myself, but you. I hate to say an audience of schmoes, we all are. And we'll get kind of well, let's have a look.
I wasn't born with a camera in my hands, but ever since I can remember, I wanted to be a photographer. By the time I was 5, I was snapping so many pictures with my imaginary camera that my father ended up giving me a real one for my birthday. From that day on, I viewed life through a viewfinder. In my hometown, houses had white picket fences, streets were named after trees, and shops had colorful awnings. We didn't lock our doors, and dogs didn't know about leash laws. just outside St. Louis, is where I grew up on Main Street, USA.
The front door could do with a new coat of paint, but the mat on the porch still says welcome. The mailbox is there, but its numbers are faint. It's a place that you want to call home.
He fell in love with a country. He fell in love with an idea. He fell in love with America. And he had a quote that he said that just lit my tree because I felt like it was speaking for me. The moment I heard of America, I loved her. The moment I heard of America, I loved her. And I thought, that's me. I fell in love with America.
This is the story of my journey. With Franklin, Washington, Jefferson as my muse, I pledged my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor to photograph democracy. These are my visions of America.
Now, I think you're probably maybe thinking, okay, the guy can shoot some landscapes and cities and you shoot some homeless people and things like that, but can he shoot presidents? Well, let me give you a tip. Never say that phrase. You don't shoot presidents, you photograph them. This one I love, George W. going to the right and Bill Clinton going to the left in the pouring rain. And I didn't pose that. I didn't pose that, really. You know, now this one, I did shout out, George W. and Hillary, please hold hands. We can all get along. So I did think this shot was kind of special, you know? I mean, we hear so much about politics being divided, and it is, but at the same time, there are moments like this. But my absolute favorite is this one. John Adams wrote the most amazing statement of American purpose. It's an amazing quote, 3 generations in a single sentence. And I thought, if Mr. Jefferson, Mr. Adams, Mr. Monroe, if all of them could have died on or around July 4th, it's almost as if they were ruling from the grave and sending a message to all of us that what happened here mattered, that this was important. And I thought of my father, and I thought of his father, and I thought of myself, and how I realized my own American dream and the American story. And our only responsibility and calling is to pass it on to our children and their children. As they say, democracy is a participatory sport, not a spectator one. So when we get involved, we do so when we vote. We volunteer, we speak out, we participate, we rise up, we pass the torch, and in so doing, we collectively become voices for tomorrow.
Our time is now, our chance is here. Our finest hour is upon us, and it's clear our challenge great. We can't deny, but the only way to win is to try. It's a new day of hope in our land, and now our destiny's here in our hands.
Thanks. Thanks.